Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, my next guest needs no introduction. I just wanted to say that the whole David Letterman show, although I don't think he created that saying. That's a popular saying. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest needs no introduction. We're talking about a 25-foot long shark. We are talking about an iconic character, creature, an iconic film that is known simply by just two notes. Dun, 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 dun. I could just do that, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, come on. I already said 25-foot shark. We're going to be talking about JAWS on this edition of Film Fan next. Welcome to Film Fan, my channel where I discuss film, all things film related, including streaming services and you know, television and media collecting and all that wonderful stuff. If that is also your thing and you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button there along with the notification bell so you know when I put up new content and you don't miss it. Truly appreciate having you here. All right, let's get into it. 1975 classic JAWS. Dun, 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 dun. This is a film I had to get into this. I just recently acquired this. This is the 4K 45th anniversary. God, 45 years ago this film came out. This is an old film. 45 years ago this came out. This is a classic. This is the 4K restoration here. It is now in Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos 7.1 surround sound soundtrack. It looks better and sounds better than it ever has before to those of you who know the classic film and are familiar with this. This is a movie that just stands the test of time. Now, I hadn't owned it previous to this. And I realized when I picked it up for like $14 recently on Amazon, I was like, I gotta have that. It's kind of always been on the back list of something I should own, but for whatever reason, I never owned it. So we took care of that, and I actually picked up the 4K, and it is spectacular. The restoration of this from the 35 millimeter print to 4K is absolutely beautiful. The film looks better than it ever looked before. The restoration was done with Steven Spielberg supervising, and there's actually a like an 8-minute feature on one of the special features on the disc that show the process for how they restored this film and also how they actually restored the audio and created this Dolby Atmos 7.1 track. So it's really fascinating stuff for those of you who are collectors. Those of you who've never seen JAWS, I don't know what to say. I refer this to you, I guess the younger generation or newer generation. For whatever reason, you just miss this movie. You need to see this movie. My younger brothers are probably looking at movies like The Meg, as being, that's a real shark film. This is going to look old school to them. But anyway, yeah, this is such an amazing film that stands the test of time. And watching it recently, again, seeing it in 4K, seeing it look like it's never looked before, and how the contrast between the beach and the sky and the blue during the daytime and the nighttime shots and the water and the reflections and the detail in skin and the shark and everything is just really incredible. And this is a film that went through a shit ton of problems to get this film made. This is Spielberg's first feature film that, not his first feature film. I think Sugarland Express was before this, and Duel might have been before that. So I think as far as like his big breakthrough, this was it. This was nominated for multiple Academy Awards. It won Verna Fields, who did the editing, and she actually is pretty much one of the reasons why this film was so successful. We'll get into that in a second. But Spielberg was not nominated for Best Director, but the film was nominated for Best Picture, and it lost to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Jack Nicholson, we'll get into that on this channel eventually. But yeah, it won Best Score for John Williams, obviously. I mean, again, just an iconic piece of music, a minimalistic a couple of notes, and the theme for the shark, and when you see the shark and when you don't see the shark, and it's just an incredible thing. There's actually some information. There's a featurette here on the making of JAWS that's included in the 4K here. And they talk about that. They talk about the making of it. They talk about Peter Benchley, who wrote the actual novel and then worked on the screenplay for this. There's like a booklet here with a bunch of really cool shots and stuff with Richard Dreyfuss, Robert Shaw, who plays Quint, and Roy Scheider, obviously. There's a bunch of detail in here, and there's a bunch of featurettes on the actual disc. So this is a must-own to add to your collection. But getting back to the film. you know, this is just testament to Spielberg's ability to, you know, handle things where everything was going wrong with the production of this film. You know, ships were sinking, and the sound guy almost like, you know, went under the water with the sound equipment. The mechanical shark never seemed to work. It was a nightmare working with this 25-foot long mechanical shark, and they had different versions of it, you know, for different point of views and such. There was just a lot going on with this, and the fact that Spielberg was able to get this movie made, and not only did he get it made, but he created a piece of cinema that is so iconic that it's just that thing. If you're a filmmaker, if you're an editor, if you're a composer, this is a movie that should probably be very high on your list of must be part of your studies. Jaws. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about it because, again, I just acquired it. I got it for $14 on Amazon. It came out last year. It came out like June or July of 2020, and I'm glad I own it. I'm glad I picked it up, and I watched it again. Like I said, it's never looked better. It's never sounded better. It's got this lenticular thing. I don't know if you can see that. The sleeve here is lenticular, so it's like, you know, two pictures, and it kind of does that whole, you see it from different angles kind of thing. That's kind of cool. Looking at this and looking at the back and seeing the swimmer, it reminds me to talk about the beginning of this film. You don't see the shark for like 20 minutes, a half an hour before you even actually see the shark. And the opening scene where the girl, Chrissy, I believe her name was, she goes skinny dipping with the guy, and she goes into the water. The guy never gets in the water, but she gets in the water. And it's dark. It's nighttime. The fact that they started at night, you never see the shark. You don't even see the dorsal fin in the beginning. That first victim, the first death scene, you don't even see the dorsal fin. You see no blood. You just see her struggling in the water, and you kind of know what's going on. You hear the music and the struggle, and that is just sets the tone for everything to come. It just rivets you and brings you right in, even though you don't see a damn shark for another 20 minutes, half an hour into the film. So it's just, again, a testament to incredible filmmaking, incredible use of tension and music and editing to create something that just rivets you and has you. People were scared to go in the water when this came out, from what I understand. I mean, like, no one wanted to go in the water. I know that when going to the beach, I still am kind of like, if I can't see the bottom, you know, it's just kind of crazy. And this is just an incredible movie on all levels, on so many levels. I think as far as thriller horror movies, just probably ranks up in the top 10 pretty much for everybody, I would say. Probably maybe even top 5, especially considering where it is in Spielberg's catalog and how it was the one that kind of set, you know, the rest of his career up. And as far as him not getting the Oscar or being nominated for this, for Best Director, so be it. He went on to make tons of other movies and got plenty of awards and got his accolades. So I'm sure he wasn't really worried about it. But anyway, I want to talk about it on this channel. Again, if you do not own this, you should own this and put this in your collection, especially if you're a collector. This is a must thing you have to acquire. Again, I got it for $14 on Amazon, so you can't go wrong there. If you never saw it, you need to see this film. You need to go. You need to be like, you know what? Let me grab this and let me see this film. Let me have that film. I need to see it. So, all right, that's it from me on Film Fan. I wanted to get into Jaws. It's that movie, and just forget about the Meg. There's a couple of shark movies. What's that one with the couple? There's a movie that came out, I think maybe early 2000s, but with the couple that's in the water. They go to like it's supposed to be like documentary-esque type of thing, almost like this Blair Witch Project thing, where it's like it's supposed to be real. Deep Blue Sea or something like that. Anyway, someone let me know in the comments. But anyway, that was a pretty good shark movie. But all the other stuff, the one with Sam Jackson where he gets eaten, I think LL Cool J is in that one. I like that shark movie too. I think that was actually deep. I think that was Deep Blue Sea. Oh, Open Water. Open Water is the one with a couple and they go on the vacation and they're in the water and they get stuck and left out there for dead. That's a pretty good one too. That's got some tension to it. Anyway, but nothing compares to this. All right, that's it for me on Film Fan. All right, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. I truly appreciate it. If you saw Jaws, if you own this 4K, let me know what you think about it. Let me know how you feel they did with the restoration. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I put up content. And I will see you on the next Film Fan.